Hey, what's up guys? John with RussellMarineProducts.com, and today we're going to go over some new units from Lowrance, the Elite FS10 and the Elite FS12. Stay tuned. All right, so we're going to try to go over all of the main functions and features of these new Elite FS units from Lowrance. A lot of you guys have been asking, how come they don't make an Elite 12-inch unit anymore? We had one with the Elite TI units, the 1 and the 2, but we haven't seen any of the larger Elite options since then. So this is going to be a great way for you to save some money and have all of the same functionality. So one of the big questions is about screen resolution. You'll be happy to find out that both the 10 and the 12 are going to have the same screen resolution as the HDS Lives and the HDS Pro. So you're going to get that 1280 by 800 pixel count that you're used to getting out of both the 10 and the 12. So as far as the definition of the return that you're seeing, it's going to be the same. All right, the next thing that I want to go over on these units is the touchscreen. It still has the IPS touchscreen that we're used to seeing from the HDS line of units, so you're not losing anything there. In prior Elite unit history, we haven't had the same touchscreen quality. It's been kind of a lower grade touchscreen, so happy to see that we may even be able to put a screen protector on these. So we'll definitely have to dig into that a little bit more once we get these units in our hands, but we're not losing anything there. Now, one of the things that we are losing is going to be an Ethernet port. So on the HDS lineup of units, you've got 2 Ethernet ports, making it much easier to network with other units. You're going to be able to plug in your active target system and then still run another Ethernet cable back to a second unit. And you can keep daisy chaining those units along until you run out of Ethernet ports. So on the Elite units, just like on the 7s and the 9s, on the 10s and the 12s, we're only going to have one Ethernet port. So if you're running just a single unit for active target, you're good to go. But if you are running multiple Elite FS units, or you're adding multiple units and you're running active target, you may need that NEP box in order to network multiple units together. Now we are losing one more port on these Elite 10s and 12s. We're only going to get one sonar port. So instead of having a channel 1 and a channel 2, we're just going to have a single 9-pin transducer port. So the reason guys like to have that second sonar port is for running like a high-speed transducer is probably the most common. Now that I do still expect to be an option. We'll just have to run a Y cable and a 2-in-1 or something like that, something like what we've done in the past with the Elite TI units. So it's going to be similar to what we saw in years past on the Elites as far as the sonar port goes, but you'll still be able to run all of those same transducers. Just going to be a different way to get there. Now, while we're talking about the sonar port, we do want to bring up the fact that these Elite FS units are not compatible with the HD transducer technology directly. So you can still purchase a S3100 module and run that HD transducer. You're looking at $950 on the module and $400 up on the transducer. So it is possible, but by the time you add up all those costs, it may make more sense to get into a Pro unit. But again, this FS is going to have all the same functionality otherwise as far as the transducer compatibility. So we can still run Active Target 1 and Active Target 2. And as we mentioned earlier, we've got the same screen resolution. So your active target is going to be just as clear on these Elite units as it is on your HDS. So that would be a great unit to put up there on the bow. If we're looking at putting a new Lowrance unit on the console, we might lean more towards the HDS if we want to run that HD transducer, which if you're not familiar, the HD transducer is going to be able to shoot those higher mega frequencies over 1,000 kilohertz, get you the further range and the better detail. If you're not as concerned about the down and the side imaging, we see a lot of guys, they're leaning more and more on the forward facing stuff. If you don't mind running that active imaging 3-in-1, still a great transducer, but it caps out at 800 kilohertz. If you don't mind running that transducer, the Elite FS would be fine for your side scan unit. As far as networking compatibility, these units are going to network with all the latest and greatest HDS lineup of units. So basically, we're going to start that at the Carbon. So these are going to be able to network with the HDS Carbon, the HDS Live, and the HDS Pro units. So with that being said, these units are going to be able to receive the HD transducer information if that information is being interpreted by an S3100 module or a compatible HDS. So if you have an HDS Pro unit at the console and you've got your HD transducer plugged into it and you've got an Elite FS right next to it, or maybe you got one at the bow, when you pull up that information through the network, you will be seeing the same information that you're seeing on that HDS Pro. You're going to be able to see the full benefit of that HD transducer on the FS, as long as it's being interpreted by a Pro or, as we mentioned, an S3100 module. And last but not least, I think another great reason somebody might put one of these units on your boat is for a mapping unit. If you're looking for a unit that's dedicated to running the latest and greatest CMAP, you'll be happy to find out that these Elite FSs are able to do so. So you can run the CMAP Reveal, you can run the Discover, you've got all the same options as far as what map card you can run on this Elite FS, on the 10s and 12s, same compatibility as on your HDS Pros. So all in all, this is a great unit. If this is, your whole system is the Elite FSs, this is a great unit. If you're mixing and matching, this could be a great dedicated active target or mapping unit, or it could be the main attraction. So just kind of depends, and it's coming in at that lower price point. That's what's going to make it more attractive for a lot of you guys that are right in the middle of rigging season. So just wanted to put this information out there so you guys can take advantage of it. If you're looking to get a new Lowrance system, give us a shout. We'd love to go over the differences and help you get set up. So give us a call at 316-313-4113. Shoot us an email at sales@russellmarineproducts.com or comment down below. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.
Are you tired of your old marine electronics? At R&P, we make trade-in easy. 3 steps. Step 1, shoot us an email, get a quote. Step 2, send us your old unit and get credit. Step 3, get your brand new unit and get installed on your boat today.